Take a breath, hold it tight, trace the memory in every line. Does anyone feel what I feel? I know you're feeling what I feel. Oh, and every word is a piece of me. Every single note, every breath I breathe is a cry out, can you hear me? Let me know if you can hear me. And I know I feel to be alone. I've been knocked down, trying to the cold. Sticks and stones never really did hurt me. I shine this light for the world to see. I'm spilling blood out on the page in every song that I have made. There ain't no to me. I'm giving all to me. And when I step out on the stage, I sing my love, my fear and rage. For you all to see, for you all to say, yeah. Take a breath, feel the silence, giving a match and not ignite it. Make it open up your sky, but an ending to the night. Oh, I know how it feels to be alone. I've been knocked down, trying to the code. Sticks and stones never really did hurt me. I shine this light for the world to see. I'm spilling blood out on the page in every song that I have made. There ain't no to me. I'm giving all to me. And when I step out on the stage, I sing my love, my fear and rage. For you all to see, for you all to say, yeah. If there's one thing I want from my life, let it be the songs I sing. Will open your eyes and make you see you're not alone. One thing I want from my life, let it be the songs I sing. Will open your eyes and make you see you're not alone. I'm spilling blood out on.
Yo. Whew. What's good? What's good? What is up all? How are you doing? Happy Tuesday for everybody. What's good, everyone? This is your boy Spectacular Pooh here. We're back with episode 6. Episode 6. 6 episodes of our amazing little podcast slash talk show, however you see fit. Questions of the day, Choco. I have not changed that in a couple weeks. I am so sorry. I have not changed that in a week or so. But yeah, let me have the chat come up so you guys can, see yourselves, make sure that everything's working properly. How are you guys? Hope everyone has been doing well, been taking care of themselves today for this amazing Tuesday. Let me go ahead and have it up real quick. I don't know why. Sheep Chat is probably the slowest starting program ever, but while it's slow, I love it for the fact that it's just there, and it's good to be there. You know what I mean? That way I won't have to put up multiple chats and it being a bother. Oh God, yep, pretty much. Well, those are the topics we are gonna have to discuss and cover today. We're going to be talking about Knockout City. Knockout City, the dodgeball game that is going to be coming up on Friday, March 21st. It sucks you can't pre-order the game, but I am going to get the game the minute it releases. So I definitely can't wait for that. We're going to be talking about Knockout City. We're going to be talking about various streaming topics today. So, man. The various streaming topics that are pretty much on my mind are, getting burned out as a streamer. Definitely that, because I'm sure that's something that's on everybody's mind, especially you as a streamer, it's got to be on your mind, at some point. No matter how hard you push as a streamer currently, that's in the back of your head and that's something you want to avoid. So I want to talk about that. I want to talk about the pros and cons of streaming platforms, such as the ones I'm on right now, such as YouTube, such as Glimish. Uh, I'd even debate, yeah, of course, such as those, for me, I'm trying to get on multiple platforms as much as I can, because I love to showcase myself anywhere that I possibly can. So there's that. Of course, we're gonna be talking about as many platforms as we can. Twitch, Trovo, Glimish, YouTube, DLive, any platform that we can possibly get our hands on to talk about, we will talk about, and we will talk about with transparency and efficiency. So there's that, and just talking about what are the advice that we can give new streamers today, because I'm sure there's a ton of it that we can give, but we don't exactly know how we can go about starting out giving that advice. So let's get right to it, shall we? Okay, I'm seeing Choco's comments talking about the dodgeball. Whenever I hear about dodgeball, thank you for testing on both ends. Much love. Thank you so much. Whenever I hear about dodgeball, all I think of is that comic of Anubis holding the sun. All who want to play dodgeball. I probably need to look up what comic that is. I probably don't remember. As you guys can tell, yes, I am kind of just getting up. I got up like an hour ago. So I have not been able to get anything to drink. I have not been able to get anything to eat. So I'm like, all right, let's go ahead, knock these topics out the way, and just, let's go on about the rest of our day. This is probably going to be a short episode. I'm going to tell you all that right now because for me, I'm trying to get to Planet Fitness, and right now it's 1:51 p.m. I plan on at least trying to get there around 3, maybe 3:30. So I'm going to make this a true lightning round episode where it's going to be as fast as I can fucking make it. While we're going to be talking about our topics, I'm not going to cut y'all off. I'm going to let y'all say what y'all got to say. But I do want to talk about these things because I know these things are worrying in the back of people's mind. So first, let's talk about starting out as a new streamer. We're going to make sure these link. Make sure, you know what I mean? We're going to make sure this kind of stuff, they link together and, they hit the way that they want to hit. Starting out as a new streamer. So, say right now for Choco, she hasn't streamed yet, but she looks like she wants to be on the cusp of starting streaming. I'm sure there are ways she's probably asking herself, okay, what platform do I go on? Where do I go to potentially start out streaming? And it's definitely a worrying factor at first. I mean, unless you don't know about how these streaming platforms work, you're gonna be ignorant of it, and that's absolutely fine. Because let's be honest, we all were ignorant of it when starting out. We all just didn't give a fuck. We just see streaming, we watch it, and we want to go ahead and immediately start out and just get going, just get it rolling. So I definitely, get to a degree, okay, you're starting out, you want to really, you want to do this. This is something you really want to do, you want to have fun with. So when starting out as a starting out as a streamer, you want to pick your platform, you want to pick, you want to solidify yourself as a specific streamer, you want to do this, you want to do that. I think the first thing to start out with, one step at a time, really is just, let's start with the platform first. Let's get with that first. Whereas, okay, I think the most important thing for a new streamer to do is to really look at what platform brings what to you. So, to do this, I can mention, I'm going to mention as many of the platforms that I've been on personally. I'm going to mention all of the ones I've been on thus far and get, for advice to new streamers, I think that's kind of one important thing for all of you guys. Depending on what you want out of streaming, depending on what you're looking for out of streaming, I think this is what I can do for you is give you guys the best thoughts that I can, when you're starting out. When starting out, let's say on Twitch. When you start out on Twitch, if you have the expectation of, building your community, getting your people, networking, all that kind of stuff, if you have that mindset within you when you're starting out with Twitch, I'm going to tell you in all blunt honesty, Twitch is legitimately, and they made themselves known for this. Twitch is legitimately not the best platform that you would actually want to go to start out streaming. Because for being discovered there, they made it clear it is not existent there. Damn near non-existent. So, if you was to say start out just play Monster Hunter or start out just play Call of Duty, you're really gonna see how tough of a time it is when you start out streaming on those with those games or with anything else, unless you actually know how to network, which you as a new streamer don't know how networking works. You don't know how it'll all go. It's gonna be tough at first. You're gonna be seeing a lot of blank space when it goes to that chat box. You're gonna be seeing 0 viewers. If you turn your viewer count on, you're gonna be seeing a lot of that when you start out. Because for Twitch, in order to really get your name out there, I mentioned earlier, you have to start networking with people. You have to start. You have to do that. You have to really, convince people to really check out your content and be like, yo, okay, this is what I can bring to the table. This is what I can show to the table. You have to do a lot to get a lot of people's attention with Twitch. Now, there is pros to Twitch as well. But you won't really start to see those pros until... Yo, thank you so much for the follow. You won't really start to see those pros until you build up that experience. You build up that time. If that makes any sense. You know what I mean? So, yeah, pretty much starting out, when you get on Twitch, the only thing you're really going to be doing or going to be seeing is like, okay, you're just going to be playing your game. You're going to be doing as much, you're not going to be doing a whole lot of commentary because you're going to feel like, okay, what is there that I can talk about? What is there what's there that I can bring to viewers, to make them, stick around, make them like what I bring. Those are always going to be the thoughts that'll come in the back of any streamer's head, but it's going to be more so for a new streamer that wants to build their community, build their reputation, build what they want to be. So, real shit, starting out first, in all honesty, real shit, starting out on Twitch is not the best way to go. I'm like, come on. As somebody that's been streaming over there on that platform, Dak Knight was good. Yakes87, again, thank you so much for following, bro. Welcome. Hope everything's been all good with you. Knight, what we're talking about here, as you can see on the bottom, we're really talking about a lot of things streaming related, and I'm gonna get to Knockout City when I can. I'm gonna get to streaming, the whole streaming stuff first because they're all linked to one another. But yeah, that's just one thing that I think personally is not a spot where you want to go. One other thing, I want to talk about. I want to talk about Glimish. Now, here's the deal. Glimish as a platform is just starting out. It's just getting its feet wet. It's only been like a month or two in. So, you could already imagine what the cons are going to be with Glimish starting out. The cons with Glimish starting out is right now, because of the fact that it's a month or two in, here's the deal. You're going to be seeing way more streamers than you would be seeing more and more viewers, because nobody believes in the platform. Nobody can see it for what it is yet. And also, one other thing, I'm gonna look at Choco's comment here. You said another thing to note is the face or lack of face. Right? There's also that too. Face or lack of face. Like you have your webcam. Me, if I streamed, I'll be considered a VTuber since I would use an avatar instead. Yeah, and I feel like that a lot of that is definitely gonna be factored into that as well. Where if you don't use a webcam, you can't really make it. And here's the deal. I feel like. And that's that. I feel like that's the sad thing about it when it comes to starting out as a streamer. It's like, yo, you gotta have specific equipment ready when you're starting out with streaming. You need to have a webcam, or if not, you need to have a view. You need to have an avatar. That's somewhat of a webcam or some shit like that. You know, you gotta really have specific stuff to really make yourself stand out. And honestly, that's the case everywhere. That's the fucked up part. That's the case with every platform. That's not just Twitch. That's the case with YouTube, in my personal opinion. If you're a streamer, that's the case with Glimish. That's the case with Trovo. That's the case with Theta. That's the case everywhere. And a lot of streamers don't see that. I'm gonna be completely 100 with you, and this goes more so when I see it on Glimish platform. I mean, with Glimish streamers and YouTube streamers. If your ass is out here, you just straight up just streaming the content, and you're not bringing anything to the table, you're giving me less of a reason to sit up there and watch. Like, all honesty, I watch more Twitch streamers than I watch more of Glimish, and I watch more of YouTube. Why do y'all think that is? Because and here's the thing, Twitch kind of taught you this. With Twitch, basically, they teach you like, yo, if you don't bring anything to the table, if you don't bring enough of a reason, if you don't bring a reason to stand on your brand, you can't blame Twitch for why you can't be discovered. In some cases, more often than not, you have to put that on yourself. Like, yo, if you want to build your community, you got to get your shit out there. You have to get a webcam, get a mic, bring some shit up, bring up some commentary, bring up anything you have to do. Now, I blame Twitch for a lot of things, but you can't blame Twitch for that particular thing. Like, yo, you have to bring something new to the table. So, when I see people make unrealistic expectations with Twitch, saying they want to be an affiliate, they want to go and be partnered, they want to get a community, they want to get this, they want to get that, but then they don't show the effort. They show that, okay, all they care about is just streaming this one specific game and not having a webcam or not having this. You can't be surprised at the outcome. And yes, people, this goes towards Glimish too, which I need to bring up as a con. Where, like I said, you see more streamers than you see more viewers because of the fact that the site is just starting out. The site is just starting out. So, and by the way, it's still in the alpha state. We don't know how long it's going to be until we can officially say, okay, Glimish is now in beta. So, that's definitely a couple things that you need to look at when it goes to Glimish starting out. It's not going to have a lot of features there for you because it's literally in a starting state. It's not going to have a lot of what you're looking for. It's not going to have a big community right now. Even though it's a tight community, the people are tight with one another. It's not going to have a big community because of what they're lacking and because of the fact that, right now you see more streamers than you see more viewers. I know this more than anything because, let's be honest, has anybody really reached 10 to 15 viewers on Glimish yet? Absolutely not. Why is that? Because you see more streamers. A lot of people want to get their name out. A lot of people want to get their rep out. A lot of people want to say, even with me, I'm the same way. Even a lot of people want to say, oh, okay, I stream on this platform. I put the time in. I put the work in on Glimish. And people are expecting a long-term outcome with Glimish. That's why right now, you don't see a lot of streamers taking the time out to check out other streamers and see what's up with them. Network with them, start out with them. You don't really see a whole lot of that. Whereas with Twitch, you can see that, you can get that, but again, as I just said, like 5-6 times already, you have to really like put that work in. You have to go out and start networking. You have to get your name out there. You have to get really convince streamers, okay, this is what I am. This is what I do, for streaming. And I feel like with streaming, there's two paths with this. This is universal. There's two paths with this. You can either be the kind of streamer that that showcases their commentary off very well. You talk about a lot of things. You have a lot of knowledge in the game. You have a lot of knowledge on certain topics. You don't mind having to talk with your people over certain shit. You're very active. Stuff like that. You're very animated. You're very active over a lot of topics that people bring up to you. Now, there's also the kind of streamers to where they kind of let their gameplay do the talking, and they let their visuals for what their streams look like. They let that handle a bit of the business for them. Because in all seriousness, when it goes to this is just my advice to streamers right now as I'm saying this. You can either be the kind of streamer that talks about a lot of you're big on your commentary, you're big on on a lot of stuff, that's your main focus, or in some cases, you really let your visuals do the talking, such as right now I got my visuals up here, my just chatting, my my webcam, my you see the electricity and stuff going on, you want to see the cool things that can catch people's eye and be like, oh shit, all this stuff look kind of cool, let me actually, stick around. Let's see what else, this guy has in store. So, or better yet, you could be, like what Choco said, you could be a VTuber. Who knows, that might catch some people's eye as well. Is being a VTuber, where they like certain animated stuff. They like certain, they like anime foxes. They like anime girls, anime boys, anime whatever. That could be big for them. And I think that's the most important thing is, you start out with streaming and you want to focus on gaming, but, you want to focus on, okay, what are ways that you can sit up there and, catch, catch people's attention. Blue Knight, what's good, bro? How you doing? What's good, man? We're talking about streaming stuff, and we're also later on we're gonna be talking about Knockout City. How can I put it? That stuff, I feel like having that knowledge starting out, you already have the edge over a lot of new streamers going into streaming. I'm doing good, Blue. I'm doing good. I honestly want to wrap up this episode real quick because I want to sit up there and I want to sit up there and, get to playing fitness as fast as I can. So I'm trying to knock all this shit out as fast as I can. Choco said, what distances you from others is essentially your identity that makes you stand up from the rest of the crowd. And again, that's the most important part that comes with streaming is you need to figure out what your identity is. You have to figure out what your brand is. I was taught that the hard way. I was really taught that the hard way. I was taught that the hard way when I was told that with certain streamers. I was taught that the hard way when I had to learn through experience. So, taught that the hard way through experience, let me put it like this, and I will never forget this for as long as I live. You guys probably don't know who Life of Rio is, but Life of Rio at the time, that dude was big on Warframe. And he had a big community with Warframe. Unfortunately, I'm going to stay in the stream for a bit because I got some stuff to do. That's all fine, Blue. Thanks so much for even taking the time out, my man. But this is what I mean when I say that, you need to really need to build on yourself and focus on what your brand is, what you want to, depending on where you want to go with streaming. But you got to focus on what your brand is and what you want to bring. Yakes, I see your comment. You say, I've only been on Glimish a few days, but as a small streamer, it's more enjoyable versus Twitch. Is a community is great here, and I definitely agree. Glimish as a community definitely has a lot to the table when it goes to being a tight knit community, but they need to have a lot more in store, and not just as not just for streamers, but for viewers as well. And this kind of goes back to them. And I'm gonna get to them, get to more of them in a bit, because after I talk about this experience I had, that I want all of you to understand and process in. So when you get a similar amount of people, you'll be like, okay, you're actually prepared for this. You know what to do. He rated me, right? He's a big Twitch streamer now. He was just as big before he even reached to the partner status. He rated me when I was playing Smash Brothers. I still have that clip up when he rated me. He brought 20 to 30 people in. At the time, I didn't know what to do. I didn't know what I would do when he brought his community over. He brought 20 to 30 people over. I don't think I could tell y'all the amount of pressure that I was feeling to keep those people around. You know, at the time, I did not have the best streaming setup. At the time, I was using my phone for a webcam. At the time, all I had was this for a stream setup. All I had was a red banner at the top or the bottom of the screen, depending on the game, and it would have who was the latest follow and who was the latest sub. That was all I had. So, of course, the only way that people could really stick around was they would have to see the gameplay that I would be putting out with Smash Brothers and my own commentary, so to speak. Not only did I not talk a lot when he rated me, I felt like there was nothing that I could bring to his viewers that he brought. So what did that lead to? That led to, at least from how I see it, that led to 20 or 30 of his people leaving. One other problem that I had with this was the fact that I was seriously focused on looking at those numbers. I was looking at those Twitch numbers like crazy. In fact, truth be told, I didn't stop looking at Twitch numbers until last year. So you already know how I was feeling seeing that his people were leaving. I felt like I didn't live up to him rating me. I felt like I didn't deserve him rating me. I felt like I was being a complete and utter choke artist having to do that. Having to, you know, the fact that he rated me and the fact that, you know, everyone was leaving. Because I felt like I wasn't bringing enough to the table. That's the pressure that can come with you being as a new streamer, is the fact that if you didn't properly prepare yourself for shit like this, it's going to hurt you mentally. It's going to get to you mentally. Streaming can take a big toll on you mentally, and it's more than what people realize. So for you as a small streamer, having, you know, depending on your expectations, if you're trying to build your community, if you're trying to get your people the way that you want to get it, I recommend this. Prepare yourself. Properly prepare yourself. Don't do what I did, because don't do what a lot of people did, in fact. Because what a lot of people did, they just straight up started out streaming, they just didn't give a fuck. And, you know, for some people, that's okay. But knowing what Twitch is as a platform at the end of the day, and knowing what the expectations it puts on a lot of people, it'd be best if you came prepared when you're streaming on Twitch. Now, if you're streaming on, say, Glimish, or if you're streaming on YouTube, I'm gonna be honest with you, those are the two best sites that you can look forward to streaming on, because you won't have that kind of pressure to perform. You won't have that kind of issue to perform. when it goes to Glimesh or YouTube, because they don't necessarily hit you with specific goals that you want to hit. You know, with Twitch, you know, there's the affiliate program, there's the partner program. With YouTube, you don't really worry about that kind of stuff. You know what I mean? You know, you just stream just to say, you know what, fuck it. I wanna have my shit up here and just chill out. And you know, for some people that might be the best option. But to put up with the cons too with this, with both of them, is the fact that with Glimesh, you're not going to find a lot of people because everybody's focused on streaming to try and get their name out. With YouTube, the problem is that people don't really fuck with YouTube as a streaming platform. And that's completely understandable. Because YouTube starting out in what, 2005, 2006? Before they were streaming with them, the only thing you were doing on YouTube was uploading videos. And people are still doing that to this day, is uploading videos. That's the only way you can get your name out there on YouTube, even till now, is you just upload your content and you talk about whatever the hell you want to talk about that's on your mind, and see if, you know, other people that look up the same video that you want people to discover, see if they feel that same way, and if they like more of your content, they're going to go ahead and drop a like, and then they're going to drop a subscribe. So with both of that in mind, you see how difficult it can be to make it as a streamer, especially if you have specific expectations you want to reach. Now, for what I feel like it's best, you know, I'm going to go ahead and tell you this. Both the platforms I mentioned, Glimesh and YouTube, they are the best options for you. They're legitimately the best options for you. The pros that comes with YouTube is, while I mentioned about you having to, you know, you have to put out content, you know, upload videos and stuff. At the same token, with YouTube, you can get discovered easily because they have a proper algorithm in place. They always had a proper algorithm in place to get people to come by, you know, if they want to search up specific shit. And you know, you're more likely to get found off that. You're more likely to get found off the fact that, oh shit, this person's talking about what I want to see. Let me go ahead and hop in, and, you know, I can see what's going on. Having that there is great. No problem, Blue. Thanks so much for having to come by, man. You have a good rest of the day, my man. So I think, for advice as a streamer, no matter where it is, you want to get. I'll be honest with you. It's gonna sound selfish. I don't care, but it's only for your best interest. You want to get the upper hand on newer streamers already. By getting the upper hand on them, you focus on your branding. You focus on what you want to be as a streamer, and you focus on what type of streamer you want to be. You focus on these three things first, and then you're automatically going to have the upper hand over people that even till now, years into streaming, don't want to focus on or don't want to do. Like right now, let me go ahead and focus on this as a prime example. I understand now, if people are not okay with this, that's fine, but I want y'all to see this, right? I want you to see this. Let's look up, let's look up Monster Hunter, for an example. And then I will sit up there and go to the filters, and then I'll go to the live section. Let's see. I'm going to be honest with you. Unless you're coming in with commentary, and you talk about a lot of shit, and you bring a lot of shit to the table, that makes people want to come by and see you. Like this person right here, The Realm, who has 1.45k subscribers. Well, I will have to check out his content and see what made people sit up there and check him out. You'd have to imagine, okay, it's probably the dude's commentary. It's probably the way how dude talks. He probably brings a lot to the table. He does some good shit. But if you don't bring any of that, and all you see is just a game and nothing more, nothing less, at that point, people are going to be like, okay, I'm going to be honest with you, why do I want to be here when I could just simply look up Monster Hunter Rise gameplay and then click on the already recorded vid that showcases said gameplay? This is the path that The Realm took, where he wants to go ahead and showcase his kind of content through his commentary. Now, I'm not gonna unmute. I want you guys to go ahead and see for yourself if you can find him. Check out his content whenever you guys got time. But this is what not to do if this is what you don't do as a streamer. If you don't bring stuff like this, then it's like, okay, this is not, this is not what I want to look at. I'm telling you this honestly. This is how your viewers. This is how you want viewers to see you. You say you bring all that shit to my channel on Glimish. Welcome, Old Man Gaming. I don't know who you are, bro, but yeah, I rather thank you for telling me that. Even though I'd rather people like real shit. I'm gonna tell you this too as a viewer. Real shit. I'm gonna tell you some real honest shit as a viewer. Unless that streamer knows you, and unless they know what you bring to the table, you have to be around them and shit like that. I'm gonna be honest with you. Key warning. Do not go in and start promoting your own channel, especially if that streamer does not know you. Never, ever do that, because it's just as much hard for them as it is hard for you to sit up there and get your name out no matter what platform it is. Whether it's Glimish, whether it's YouTube, whether it's Twitch, whether it's Data. I'd rather you not do that. Thank you for saying all that, though. I will check out your content and see what you bring. But for a key warning, I'd rather you not do that. That's fine. But that's a key warning, because for me, I don't care. I don't mind right now, because we're talking about streaming. We're talking about, what you can bring, what you can do. Like basically this. I mean, like, yeah, this is not only with YouTube. I'm gonna let you guys know right now. Okay. This is not only with YouTube. This is everywhere that you'll find, and then you'll see that there's a lot of small streamers out there that has this similar or same kind of setup going on, where it's like, okay, they just show, gameplays. Like, yo, y'all gotta bring more to it. So that's why, if you're wondering why I don't watch a lot of YouTube streamers, there you go. Because I see a lot of the same thing that I can just look up. Now, let's go on Twitch right now, right? I want you guys, let's check out Real Mama Eagle, right? This is a prime example, right? I'm going to ask y'all this question. God damn these ads. I hate ads. That's one thing that's not a streamer's fault. Advertisements on a stream is never a good idea. I'm going to be honest with you. It's never a good idea. YouTube doesn't have it. Well, they kind of do have it, but they don't throw it in your face. YouTube doesn't have it. You already know Glimish doesn't have it. Trovo doesn't have it. A lot of these streaming companies don't have it. So we're on Real Mama Eagle's channel now. I'm going to ask you guys this real quick. And I want you guys to take this in as I want you guys to take this in as, something for you to think about. You look at her content, so now it's time for you to ask yourself, okay, what made her get to where she's at? What made her get to, what made her reach this point? Mind you, Real Mama Eagle started out 1 year ago. To this day. Well, to the day 1 year ago as a streamer. So, now it's time to ask, okay, how did she get where she's at? What did she do to get to where she's at 100 people? How did she get to partner? She just recently got the partner, by the way. One, being the most important thing for what you can see on the screen, she focused in on her branding. She focused in on her branding. She knew what specific streamer she wanted to be. And here's the thing. This is just for her because she decided to do it on Twitch. But she did a lot of networking. Now, with Glimish and with YouTube, you don't necessarily have to worry about networking. But if you do network, it can help in the long run. Not just for you, but for the person that you're willing to, willing to see. Be like, oh shit, you might actually have another streamer that you might check it out. You might like checking out here. You can help one another. There's her. There's Real Mama Eagle. There's LG. LG, he focused in on a lot of his branding and stuff like that as well. You don't see it through his stream, but you notice it. You know it through his commentary. You know it through how he, how he acts, how his mannerisms are. And I think, of course, one other thing, of course, he's also gonna have a webcam. So, when starting out, this is information for all of you guys to take in. This is information for all of you guys to, do. I'm just checking out random streamers here so that way you guys can, can see this. This kind of stuff, it may not seem important starting out, but it'll be important in the long run. I'm thinking of a hot tub stream. Oh my god. I mean, you go ahead, bro. Do what you gotta do. Yeah. I mean, as you can see, this is what's important. This is what you have to bring every time. Let me go ahead and head to Glimish. Same thing even here. Somewhat the same thing here. Yeah, it did put a smile on my face because I already know. Oh, damn. I can't... Yeah, sorry about that. Yeah, I can't really check out Glimish streamers because for some reason the Opera browser I'm using here doesn't really do it. It doesn't really, have it up here. But this is what you need when starting out. And one other thing, yes, I give Glimish a lot of props for the way how you get discovered, the way how you get noticed on here. I definitely give them that. I give them all the credit in the world with how they handle it. But I want to get to talk about Glimish for a bit, if it's all right. I know a lot of stuff I'm talking about here is slightly off topic, but it's still related to streaming. With Glimish, I love the platform. I love what it's bringing. I already talked about some of the cons that it is, but this is one other con I didn't bring up with it. It's slow progressing improvement as a stream platform. On top of that, I do have some concerns with Glimish. My concerns with Glimish really stems from how it's going to handle itself long term. Right now, starting out, this is a great place to be in. But my biggest concern with Glimmage right now, this is a long-term answer. I told him this before. This is a long-term answer that they have to answer for. A long-term question that they have to answer for. Is how are you going to keep yourself stable at the end of the day as a platform? You know, Twitch has Amazon. We already know Twitch is not going anywhere. Trovo has they have Tencent. They're not going anywhere, let's be honest here. Tencent is the biggest fucking company up in China. They're not going anywhere. And Tencent's going to let them do whatever the fuck they want to do to keep themselves improving as a platform. As much shit that I give Trovo for being just, you know, straight up mobile, they're not going to they're going to be around. YouTube literally has Google. DLive, while it's dead, it has BitTorrent. So in some cases, Glimmage as a platform right now, they have no one. There are various platforms that came and go. Probably some that came and go that we haven't even heard of. Now, I know the whole Mixer thing. I'm well aware. I'm not an idiot. I talked about it before I even came over to Glimmage. And I know I said initially, I said that Glimmage shouldn't be with a AAA partner. While that is still the case, here's how I see it. Glimmage needs to partner up with someone to help them with their improvement. Because you can't go based off of what they're doing so far. Like, what are they doing right now? They're doing it off of what? Credit? Right now, they have like a little credit limit. And a couple months down the line, they're going to be like, okay, this is not enough. We need to focus on other shit. We need to find a way to get our platform up and running. If you're trying to stick around and be here long term, the spot that they're currently in, I understand that they're developing. But when all of that is over, what else are you going to do? And that's what I don't think the Glimmage devs have in mind right now, is that what else are you going to do after you are done building your website, after you are done building your mobile app, after you are done putting everything that you want to put in to get people's attention? What else are you going to do? You have to find a way to get money rolling. You have to find a way to get advertising going. Right now they're doing that. But you need to find other ways to get yourself, you know, keep yourself around. You know, because these platforms have already done it. YouTube has already done it. Trovo has already done it. Even though they're starting out early. They've already did that. Twitch Ben did it. Now it's Glimmage's turn. We're not going to find out. We're not going to know when. We're not going to know right now because of what Glimmage is going through. But when all of this is over with Glimmage, when it's done being an alpha, I want you guys to take a look at the far future with Glimmage. I'm like, okay, we're done. What's next? I'm happy being on the platform now. But it can happen at a blink of an eye where Glimmage can be like, yo, we shut down because we don't have the resources, we don't have the funds. And then we're going to be like, okay, why don't you have the funds? And there's your answer right there, because they don't have a partnership with anyone and they're going based off of credit. Now, you see it every time when they do their Glimmage team meetings. They do this every time. Where they show the people that, you know, they decide to drop out of Glimmage, or they decided to, you know, and they show that they're losing money, they're losing people. Why do y'all think that is? And by the way, people have told them why. So with Glimmage, you as devs, us as streamers, I'm looking at y'all long term. But while I'm looking at y'all long term, I also have to question how you guys are gonna go about being around long term. Like, how are you gonna keep yourself around? We saw what killed Mixer off. People will say it's Microsoft. Here's also how I see it. Most of it is on Mixer to blame. Microsoft can only fund you, but it's your decision making is what the biggest important is. I wonder what decisions Glimmers are going to make in the far future for not just us as streamers, but for, themselves. Till then, we're having fun with the platform. Have a lot of fun. Be a part of it. Get in there early. So that if Glimmers does figure it out, if and when Glimmers does figure it out, it's like I said before, you being in a platform when it started out crawling, in a way, you're going to benefit because you were there, because you were the first to start out in. That's why I said Glimmers right now, as a new streamer, it's good for you to be a part of, because it's starting out early. It's starting out young. It's crawling. But while it's starting out and it's crawling, I'm going to tell you this real quick. People are not going to like this when I say this on Glimmers, but this is a fact. I'm seeing a lot of the same streams up here. Luckily, I'm seeing a couple different ones, but more often than not, when I go on Glimmers, I'm seeing a lot of the same things. And that's kind of throwing me off with the platform a bit, because I'm seeing a lot of, same thing like Call of Duty. I'm saying a lot. And by the way, this is not necessarily on Glimmers. This is really as a community as a whole, because if I go right on Trovo right now, I'm going to see the same shit. I'm seeing a lot of this where I see a lot of Call of Duty. I see a lot of, like, Rainbow Six. I'm seeing a lot of shooters. I'm seeing a lot of this. Seeing a lot of that. That right there is what can turn people off of a platform, because there's no variety going on. And if there is variety, it's only with a few streamers. That's why people, for anyone that are unaware, Stormy Rise went back to Twitch, because she missed her Monster Hunter community. And in a way, I'm going to be honest with you, I missed the Monster Hunter community too. But here's also how I see it, because I'm not blind to the situation, is the fact that while yes, I missed the Monster Hunter community don't give a damn about me on Twitch. In fact, Twitch as a whole don't give a damn about me. That's why I'm not going back there anytime soon. Also, I think that's another important thing to know about. If one thing that I'm going to go ahead and hit y'all with real quick for any new streamer or any current streamer. If you're not happy being on a platform, you can leave it. If Glimmers right now doesn't make me happy, I can leave it. If YouTube right now as a platform doesn't make me happy, I can leave it. And I won't think twice. I will leave. Why do y'all think that's the case? That's the case because, and this is important for you to take heed for you as a streamer, is you know what you can bring to other platforms. You have the confidence to know what you can bring. Just because it doesn't work out on one platform, that doesn't mean it won't work out on another. So, say for example, I just mentioned this with Twitch. Say for example, you start out and you're seeing a lot of 0 viewers. You don't see people coming by. You feel like you're not good enough. That could just be on Twitch. Honestly, that was how I felt. And this is years after the fact that was how I felt. I felt like for years on Twitch that I wasn't doing good enough. I felt like for years on Twitch that no matter what kind of branding, no matter what I do, it wasn't going to be good enough. So what did I do? I left. I told people I was going to leave it. I made it clear that I was gonna leave it. I made it clear that I wasn't gonna go back as a streamer. I wasn't gonna go back. Now, as a viewer, as somebody that supports people, I was gonna come back to support them. That's a guarantee. I always do that. But as a streamer, you won't see me on Twitch again, because I left it a number of times over and over and over and over and over again. And it feels like, what's the point of me constantly coming back to this place if it's not helping me? Maybe I felt like it was time, okay, let's actually go ahead and give these other platforms a shot. Let's actually have it so, okay, I won't have to leave every 5 or 6 or 7 or 8 months or a year or 2 years. So that's what I want you to drill into your head. It's that if you're not happy being on a platform, get out. This may sound like it hurt, but real shit, get out and go somewhere else that you know you can be happy in. I feel like at that point you need to have the trust in yourself and the confidence in yourself to be like, you know what? I can go somewhere else. I can make it big somewhere else. And now look, I mean, that's what kind of links to our first topic, where I talked about having to start out on a newer platform. Whereas, you're not happy being, if you're not happy being there as a newcomer, don't hesitate to go somewhere else. And also, here's one other thing I'm going to tell you as a newcomer, or as somebody that's building their brand. I'm going to tell you this in all blunt honesty. If you'll know that you have a community backing you if they're willing to follow you no matter what platform you're on. And I had to learn that the hard way not that long ago. Not only that, you'll really know if you have a community with you if, they love to interact with you and being in certain spots. Like, take it as this. I left Twitch. How many people left Twitch with me to come? Well, not necessarily left Twitch with me, but decided to support me no matter where I went. A couple people. And I'm happy for those couple people. But for the people that didn't, it showed me. Like, it kind of showed me something. Basically, it showed me this. Be with the people that want to be with you as a streamer. Be with the people that see your potential in streaming. Be with the people that, really can see how well you've grown as a streamer, or how well for what you're doing as a streamer. One key tip there that I think I had to hit y'all with. So, for me, I know part of it is me going off topic with this. We haven't even talked about this yet. We haven't talked about burned out. Being burned out with streaming. And this hits the hardest. If what we talked about earlier was the key thing, being burned out is probably the worst kind of feeling that you can possibly have. I've been burned out several times over. More than I care to count. I'll start with the one I remember a long time ago. I remember when I was getting burned out having to sit up there and not only constantly play Monster Hunter, but one other thing I used to do was I would sit up there and I would sit up there I would screenshot people's stream. This has happened when I was on D-Live. This happened when I was on Twitch. This happened everywhere. Where I would sit up there, screenshot this shit, and post them on Twitter to tell people, yo, go check out these people. See, I'm going to go ahead and show you now. Hey, thank you for that. Thank you for that, Taylor. In fact, I just saw that he came in. This is what I want you guys to see. I used to do stuff like this. And this led to me getting burned out real quick. Burnout can come in various forms. But for me, this is what I did. And this is also links to what I was talking about. I used to do stuff like this. Now, this doesn't show all of it, but I used to do this kind of stuff. I used to legitimately sit up there and screenshot, you know, these streams and tell people, yo, go check this shit out. These are real good content. You know, this is real cool stuff that you can really, you know, be a part of. But this is what got me burned out real quick with that is the fact that nobody came by to you know, show that same love, to show that same care that, you know, that I gave for those people. That plus I felt like, you know, the games I was playing, while they were fun, not everybody was having fun with. You know, not everybody was having fun having to watch me play Monster Hunter every day. Not everybody was having fun watching me play Gears of War. Not everybody was having fun watching me play the games that I personally want to play. And that's what led to me being burned out. I didn't have people coming by to check out my content. I didn't have people, you know, coming by to give me thanks. I didn't have people coming by doing a lot of stuff for me that I usually would bring for them. Damn, Joel Embiid was that skinny. I think for you as a streamer to look up to, you know, to really keep a reminder of is no matter what platform you're on, please be sure to limit your expectations and don't have high expectations of what you want to do. Do things your way. Do things the way you want them. Be you. Be yourself. That's one way to avoid being burned out with streaming. Is the fact that you be you. And I know it's cliched because so many streamers tell you this, but we mean this. Like, I'd rather you be yourself than become something that you're not. I'd rather you focus on your brand and focus on what you want to talk about instead of be something that you're not. You know what I mean? And I think that's the most important thing that you can really bring, that you can really, you know, put, you know, have to the table. You know, be yourself. Show the work ethic, show the grind, be yourself. Talk your shit. Show your shit. You know, as a gamer, show your shit. I think just having that is important. You know, I don't want you guys to go through what I went through several times over. Just with being burned out. That's all I can really bring. That's all I can really, you know, tell you with that. You know, have fun with the games you're playing. And for you, and I want you to look at this at first. Treat streaming as a hobby first. And if you feel like it's something that you really, really want to put into, then take it serious. I know certain streamers, they don't want to hear that when they hear, you know, I don't want to hear you say that you want to take streaming as a hobby. But in some cases, you're going to have to at first. Because I don't want streaming to overwhelm you. I don't want streaming to be the main thing on your mind. But when you start to get your people, when you start to roll in a community, and you want to do everything you can to keep your community, that's why you want to take it serious. Like right now with Choco, right now with Old Man Gaming who decided to come by, right now with Yakes who decided to come by. These are people that may want to really continue checking out my content, and Blue Knight, by the way, who decided to come by. These are people that, you know, that really, they're new, they're checking out my content, they want to see what's up. Or in the case of Blue Knight and Choco, they love my content, they love what I bring to the table, and they want to constantly see this from me. They want to continue seeing this from me. That's why I started to take it serious. Because, you know, I want to have them continue to come back. You know, as a big, you know, as someone that takes it serious, you want to have it so they keep coming back. It's not something that's going to be on your mind. It's not something that's going to be as a goal, but it's something, you know, you want to have. You know, you want them to, you know, come back, but you don't want to have it as an expectation. You don't like I don't expect Blue Knight to keep being here. I don't expect for Choco to keep being here. I don't expect for Old Man Gaming to come back on Wednesday or Thursday or Friday. I don't expect Yakes 87 to come back on Wednesday, Thursday, or Friday. But you know, you as a streamer to have that selfish mindset, you would want them to, so that you can really show them, okay, this is what you are, this is what you love. You know, maybe someday they'll go ahead and spread the word and be like, yo, this is the streamer I check out. You know, I want you to really check them out and see what they can bring. You know, see if you like their content. See if you want to be a part of his community or her community. It's things like that that make you think. You know, it's things like that that make you, it's things like that. That makes it pay off if you take streaming seriously. And I think the one biggest thing that's a big bit of fear, and it's the last thing I'll talk about before I'll get to Knockout City, is you have all of this in play. You know, you got the advice on what you should do as a new streamer. You got the advice on, what the do's and don'ts of a new streamer. You got the advice on pros and cons of streaming platforms that you want to be on. You have all this information in your mind. One other big part of the information on your mind, you want to try to, retain your streamers. This is also going to be a part of, how to retain them, is you want to avoid being stagnant. Now, what does it mean to be stagnant? Well, what I just mentioned is one thing. With me having to constantly play Monster Hunter, that's one thing. And talk about the same shit, that's one thing. That's another thing. That's one thing I have a serious fear of right now with streaming, no matter where I go. And I'm sure a lot of you guys can understand this. The fear of being stagnant. Where you do the same shit over and over again, and slowly but surely, your people don't want to fuck with you anymore. That happened to me a number of times. That's what led to me actually getting burned out with streaming. Being stagnant hurts. Who knows? I might even be stagnant right now as we speak. I don't feel that way because I'm having a lot of fun with streaming, but in the eyes of my community, they might, I'll be honest with you, and here's the deal. I tell them straight up, look, if y'all think I'm being stagnant on a lot of shit, call me out. Because I might not even realize it. I guess for me, being stagnant hurts the worst because, you feel like you hit that certain wall. You know what I mean? You feel like you hit that certain wall that you can never really break, no matter what you do. This was the case with Twitch. I felt like I was being stagnant on Twitch. I felt like I'm always being stagnant on Twitch. That's why for me personally, I don't want to go back there. I guess for me, I want to be at a spot where I not only won't feel like I'm being stagnant anymore, but feel like, I can do things my own way, the way that I want them to. Being stagnant really hurts because you feel like, there's nothing more that you can bring up for topics. There's nothing that you can bring up, to the table. This is as far as you can go, Now, you're probably wondering what brought this to my attention. Yesterday, when I saw Momo Chance Jones and when I saw her legitimately cry over something serious, something as this, as a streamer, this is considered serious. Because you can have 20, 30, 40 people, and in a blink of an eye, they're all gone. They're all gone because they're slowly all, not even blink of an eye, but they're slowly all gone. Like, I want y'all to think about that for a minute. Like, imagine being in that kind of position where you work so hard, you build your brand, you build your reputation. Everybody knows what kind of content you bring. Everybody knows what you talk about. Everybody knows, they know you talk about a lot of good things. Everybody knows that you do a lot of good things for not only yourself but for your community. But they see that you got stagnant. They see, the one lingering thing that's been going on. They see the same shit over and over again. Then slowly you start to. It hurts. I know I still have this fear to this day because I'm constantly asking, what can I do to bring the interaction going? I feel like for me personally, that's the one biggest thing holding me back from reaching my potential as a streamer. Even now, despite the improvement that I've gone. I'm happy that I've met all of you here. But I feel like this is that one, you're always going to have that one lingering thing that's going to be on the back of your mind, and you're going to be asking yourself, am I getting stagnant with what I'm doing? Am I getting stagnant with my content? Am I getting stagnant with community nights? By the way, if you guys were in the Gilded server, that's why I asked that question, okay, can we do more for community nights? Because I'm afraid that what we're doing is getting stagnant. That's why I want to see if I can bring something fresh and new to the table. So, for any of this, what are ways that you can try to avoid bringing something new to the table? Who knows? Batch Gaming, what's good, bro? How you doing? We're just about getting to the last topic as a streamer. You missed a lot. You missed a lot for what I talked about. But I want to talk about one last thing that's on my mind with streaming. It's good to hear you're doing well, my man. Just continue to be well. Can I say one thing I know? Is go ahead. Speak it. Speak it. Go ahead. Because for me, that's probably important info that I don't know about. Who's Andy Peters? You make me want to look that up. Who the hell is Andy Peters? Kinda. I guess. I guess. Yeah. I mean, this what he looks like. People, for anyone that's curious, that's what Andy Peters looks like. Maybe. Maybe. I can't say for sure. I will say for me personally, I feel like I have a hard time being compared to. But I guess yeah, it's like I said, it's hard to really like it's hard to really break away from being stagnant. At least for me personally, it's hard to break away. But that's why I'm always asking my community. I'm always asking you guys, what can I do to, bring something fresh, bring something new to the table, bring something, that all of you guys might be interested in, because I don't want to lose the community that I'm building. Like you don't want to lose this kind of stuff. You know what I mean? You want to do whatever you possibly can to keep your community afloat. You want to, whether it's being on a different streaming platform and and earning your community from there, whether it's whether it's switching up your style of commentary. You don't want to lose what you bring. So to find out for me that I have 45 people on a Gilded server, I couldn't believe it. To find out that, 43 members of a Gilded server, I couldn't believe it because I felt like I didn't have, I'm going to be honest with you, I felt like because of the fact that I left my old Discord server, I felt like I didn't have a community with me. And I guess what Choco said earlier rang true, but she said, what distance you from others is essentially your identity that makes you stand out from the rest of the crowd. While, yes, I'm happy with all that, I'm happy my identity got me to this point, I always have that fear that it's more than just my identity that's gonna keep you guys lingering around. I always have that fear that that what I'm doing, what I'm bringing to you, all of you, is not enough. I feel like right now, 1 minute batch, I will get to you in a bit. I would feel like that me doing this is not enough. I feel like the games I'm bringing to you guys here, I always feel like in the back of my mind that maybe it might not be enough. I feel like me doing the football events, on Sundays at 1 p.m. on the Discord, and movie nights, all of them on Kez Discord. I feel like me doing those almost never enough. I'm afraid that I feel like that I have to do so much more just to avoid a moment where, okay, you know what, I'm leaving, you're not bringing anything new anymore, I don't care. I'm always trying to avoid having that kind of feeling, with everyone. It's funny, Batch. I just talked about burned out. I just talked about burning yourself out. I'm talking about, in a way, being stagnant. And I'm afraid, like, having that kind of stuff. Even to this day, even till right now, I'm afraid, like, what I'm doing here with this talk show, I feel like it can be stagnant. It's scary. It's scary. And let me see here, Batch. You said, I took a big risk on here, and I'm not going nowhere back. Oh, trust me. I already know. I already know how you feeling, Batch. I said it right then and there. I'm not going to go back on Twitch. I'll never go back on Twitch. Because I felt like Twitch didn't help me. But while, yes, Twitch didn't help me, here's one other thing, Batch, that we have to give Twitch credit for. Twitch, in a way, helped you learn. It helped you learn to build a brand. Twitch helped you learn to build a brand. Twitch had you learn, okay, this is how you really have to really like sit up there and dig in and build your community the way that you would want to. So while yes, I'm not going back there, Twitch taught me some shit that I know Glimish will never teach me. It taught me some shit that I know YouTube will never teach me. D-Live didn't even teach me when we was there. Trovo is not going to teach me. Twitch taught me that. Twitch taught me a lot of things. I don't fuck with Twitch no more, but it taught me a lot of things about how people can see streaming. You've been off around 2-3 weeks of streaming, suffered from a chest infection, and still am. Thanks to my asthma. I always put Wilbur first. Did you see the Glimpse University streams? No, I do not. I did not see them. I don't know if they taught people somewhat that same thing, but is it around as much? That's the big question. Is anybody still gonna do the university stuff? I'll be honest with you. If so, it's a good start, but just having a couple episodes is not enough. I don't see it every Monday. But if that's the case, then that's great. But yeah, at least for me growing up as a streamer, I wasn't taught this kind of stuff. Like I wasn't necessarily, I was taught this kind of stuff, but you know, I had to get the edge on these people. Like I really had to sit back. This is what I had to do to be taught with this. I had to legitimately sit back, go into a Twitch stream, and I had to see and take a look, okay, this is what they're doing. Maybe I should implement some of this stuff into my own stream. Like, maybe I should, okay, I see how good of a background, I see the good stuff they have going on here. Maybe this is something that, you know, I can implement and bring in. That's why I said when I brought this up earlier, when it goes to Glimish, this is my problem right now. I'm seeing a lot of the same stuff here where, you know, I'm not only seeing the same games, I'm seeing somewhat of the same setup as well. Because, you know, y'all got to bring something new to the table when it goes to Glimish. That's why I called it out like I did. I love the platform to death. But seeing similar or somewhat the same shit, I'm going to be honest with you. It's not going to help you. Like, y'all got to build your brand. Y'all got to get your name. Y'all got to get yourself up here. Like, this dude here, Raven Prince, he's starting. This is good. This is how you get yourself, you know, started. You know, you get your brand. You get this kind of stuff going. And I feel like, yeah, if you want to build a community, that's how you start. This is how you start. You know, right now, Batch, you decide to come by. You know, maybe it's because you know me, maybe it's because we know each other from long ago, but stuff like this is how it can help you. You know, people can identify who you are. You have an identity. You know what you're about. We know what you're about. Back then, I didn't have an identity. Now I have an identity. People know what I'm about. People know what I bring. People see my setups. People see my stuff. But while that's the case, they know what I'm about. They know what I am. I feel like personally you don't want to play the same games. You don't want to get stagnant. You don't want to talk about the same stuff. You want to mix it up. You want to bring something new. Almost, not every time, but you want to bring it up whenever you have the opportunity to. And I think that's what's missed on with a lot of streamers. Is they don't bring up enough stuff. They don't do enough stuff. And that's what can hurt them. Goes back to my point where I say, look, we give Twitch a lot of shit, but they also taught you a lot of shit. Before Glimish even existed, they taught you a lot of shit. Before Trouble even existed, they taught you a lot of shit. You had to learn the hard way. They wasn't going to show you directly, but you see it and you had to learn it. That's all I can really talk about from here. All I know is this. I'm pushing an hour and 30 in. I know I'm supposed to make it quick. And that's what I plan on having to do. I want to talk about Knockout City. For people that have not seen what Knockout City looks like, and I know I've talked about this for about an hour when it goes to streaming, but you know, I felt like this was something I had to get out my chest. I know a lot of it I went off topic in. It's some slightly off topic in, but you guys know, okay, hopefully I passed on a little bit of the advice that I passed on. Hopefully what I've said here today worked for a lot of you. Because I want you guys to succeed as streamers just as much as I'm trying to succeed as a streamer. Or just as much as I'm trying to, you know, for what you want to see as a viewer. I want you guys to succeed with that too. So hopefully, you know, I've done my part. I noticed that this froze, but oh well, hold on. Did it freeze? Hold up. No, it didn't. The fuck? I noticed that for some reason Batch's comments is not showing up here. Oh, that's why, because it decided to sit up there and go away. Weird. Anyway, yeah, I'll get that fixed next time. But yeah, I want to show y'all Knockout City. This game is coming out on Friday, so hopefully you guys can check this out. It costs $20 on release on May 21st. I will be grabbing this game, and it is crossplay, by the way. It is crossplay. So no matter where you pick it up from, you can pick it up from PS4, pick it up for Steam, pick it up for Switch. It does not matter. Everybody can play with one another with this game. And it is $20. I'm going to talk about my expectations. Yes, this is. This is the dodgeball game. But I want to talk about my expectations with the game coming up. And I want to talk about, you know, what can it do long term? What kind of game like this, like, is it going to thrive long term? Is it going to thrive short term? That's what I want to talk about. So I want you guys to see a good bit of the game first. I want to watch along with you anyway, so that, you know, you can see the potential this shit has.
Blue team takes the lead.
Who want to play dodgeball? I know I do. You know, it's crazy because dodgeball was always a fun as fuck game. Even in, you know, real life, it was always a fun game. I didn't think we have one as a game, as a video game, to be exact. In fact, this makes me want to go out and play dodgeball. Truth be told, real shit. Like, this makes me want to feel like a kid again, playing some fucking dodgeball. See the many ways you can fake out, you can fuck up opponents. Oh, nice. But yeah, you guys can see it. I actually never got to play dodgeball. I did paintball though. You did paintball? Damn, that's just as much crazy. How did you? You did paintball though. Paintball. Are you playing right now? No, I'm not, David. I'm not playing right now. I'm watching. Bro, how you been? How you been, David? Yeah, I'm not playing right now. I'm just showcasing the game because, you know, this game is coming up on May 21st on a Friday. I just want to showcase it so everybody knows, like, yo, this is a game where this is a game a good bit of my community is looking forward to. Honestly, I can see this as a community game. I can really see this as a community game that all of us can just sit back, we can play, and we can have some fun with it. I could see us playing this game like, you know how we do our Smash nights? I could see this being one of those games. It has potential to be. It's been good, but having a lot of schoolwork. Yeah, brother, I understand. Look, you and Blue Knight be having some school work like crazy. I noticed. I'm not crazy because for some reason, Glimish for some reason is not. Yeah, this game is definitely gonna be dope. Again, guys, you can go and grab this game for $21 on a Friday, and everybody can play this game no matter what platform it is. That's why I said I can see this game passing for a community night. Like, it'll really be one of those kind of games where your ass could just sit back and just throw a dodgeball at people. You know, throw a ball at people, have fun. Hell, I can even see some competitive games coming from this. But I can see this being played more so on a casual end than a competitive end, which I have no problem with. So yeah, I want to look at one more. My green illegal spider is in storage or garage, and my red and blue spider ACs are up on a high shelf in another room. I don't know where the other paintballs are though. Hey, nice. How do you have a green illegal weapon? The fuck? Illegal paintball weapon. Motherfucker. I want to hear more about this. How is doing paintball? I think I did it once or twice. And it was pretty fun doing paintball. It was pretty fun. I wish I did it again, though. It's a shame because of COVID, we can't really do it again. Nice. All right. So I'm sure you guys have seen enough. If you guys want to catch more of Knockout City, you can watch more of Knockout City on YouTube. You can just simply search it up. I don't think there will be either. I'm not sure. But I'm not trying to find out. So, basically with Knockout City, it's going to be a very fun 3v3. It's illegal because our range only allows up to 4. Damn. But my green spider was the slowest, so we could tune it to 4.92. Oh, okay, that's understandable. Okay, but yeah, Knockout City is looking to be a 3v3 dodgeball video game where basically you do the simplest shit you can do. Team up, hit others with a dodgeball, call it a day. Right? Batch, by the way, Batch, I don't know if you're still here. I did not ask to be better on Glimish. I already know the ways of being better on Glimish. I'm saying for others, they should be taught this. So I don't know if you're still here, but there you go. I just caught that on Discord because I got pinged. But basically, yeah, it's a 3v3 dodgeball game where you just chill out, hit dodgeball with people. Duck, dick, dodge, yup, dodge, catch. Because you can't catch the ball in this game. And it's just a lot of fun, you know. It looks like it's going to be a game that's going to be a lot of fun. Now, here's the deal that got me nervous with Knockout City. Real shit. My thing is with Knockout City is it going to have four players instead of 3? I mean, like four players on a team. I have no problem with it being 3v3. That's not I'm not sweating that. I'm not worried about that. My thing is, are you going to have it so that you can expand on players and expand on maps? On top of that, we don't know how many maps Knockout City is going to have when it starts out, and if it's going to expand in the far future. Now, while yes, I understand a lot of people's worry is that EA is publishing this game. My worry with this game is not even about EA. It's about the developers and how they're going to handle this. Now, EA are not the devs of this game. No. When Knockout City is going to be more, it's going to be more game modes. I'm not worried about the game modes. I'm worried about the fact that is it going to be more than just 3v3. Because this is the kind of game that can pass for a 4v4 game. Real shit. It can pass for 4v4. I don't know what chose them to go with an odd number such as 3, but this can pass for a 4v4 game. So I hope later on in the future they make this a 4v4 game. That was my one big gripe heading into playing this beta, is the fact that while yes, I love the fact that this is a 3v3 game, it's a lot of fun, but I want this shit to be 4v4, real shit. This game can be solid. Now, there's that. I want to see how many game modes you guys are going to have. I think they have like 3 or 4 game modes starting out. I want to see if there's going to be more. I want to see if we're going to have a lot of game modes. I want to see if we're going to have more maps. And they did say there's going to have a story mode. I'm interested to see how that story mode is going to go. Now, I know I talked about being stagnant when it goes to streaming, but let's talk about being stagnant when it goes to video games. That's my biggest fear with Knockout City is this game going to be a long-term game for all of us to play? Seeing as it's a $20 game, I feel like personally I have a lot of doubts with this. I want this game to be great. But while I want it to be great, I don't feel like it's going to be a long-term solution. Yes, I know, Batch. And also, Batch, you pinged me saying that I want to learn how to get better on Glimish. Batch, I don't want to learn how to get better on Glimish. Not me particular. I know how. I'm saying for others that want to learn how to get better on Glimish. They would want that kind of university. They would want that kind of thing. I don't need it. I already know. A good bit of the stuff they're going to talk about with the university is stuff that I probably already know. Why? Because I had to learn it from Twitch. I didn't learn it from Glimish. That's what I'm saying. Where I said that the stuff I had to learn, I learned the hard way. Such as branding, such as getting your name out there, such as having, playing specific games, such as doing this, such as doing that. I had to learn all of that coming from Twitch. I don't need to learn that from Glimish. I already know. And on top of that, some of the stuff that applied from Twitch does not apply to Glimish, nor does it apply from YouTube or Trovo either, such as what specific game you have to play. In fact, if anything, the only time that will be a factor is if people want to see, when they want to check out Glimish, is this a site where I can see a variety amount of games? Because again, that's my one problem with Glimish. It's not even Glimish, but also YouTube and Trovo as well, is the fact that I see a lot of the same game, and that can actually hurt a company because you see a lot of the same games. Not everybody is going to want to tune in and see Call of Duty every day. Not everybody is going to want to tune in and see Apex every day. Not everybody is going to want to tune in and see all this other stuff every day. We want to see more than that. That's why Twitch is where it is now, because you see more than that. So I want that for everyone to keep in mind. You really want to see more than that. So then that way you can check out more streamers. So for some people you might, okay, shit, I want to check out more streamers. This guy's not playing COD for once. Let me go ahead and see what he's doing. You know what I mean? Because who knows, Call of Duty might not be their thing. But yeah, with Knockout City, like I said, the game has lots of potential. It has loads of potential to be a solid game. But y'all gotta bring more to the table. 3v3 is not enough. Real shit. They need to add in that 4v4 game type. They need to have more game modes. And I want to see what their story is like. I want to see what's going on with that. I'm curious to see how that's going to go. How are you going to do a story mode as a dodgeball player? I'm curious to see how that works. Dodgeball is mainly a cooperative sport. So I'm really curious to see how that'll go. So that's all I can really bring up with my expectations of Knockout City. What are your thoughts with Knockout City? What's everybody's thoughts with Knockout City? Because for me personally, it can be a fun game, but long term, I don't see it being a long term game if they don't add certain shit. Short term game is gonna be a great short term game. Make no mistake. It's gonna be even just as great of a game when you're playing it as a community. But I want to find out. I want to see and find out if it's gonna be that kind of game where you can sit back long term and be like, okay, we're gonna have Smash nights, we're gonna have Mario Kart nights, and we're gonna have dodgeball nights. By dodgeball nights, I mean Knockout City. So for everyone, I'll let y'all have at it, have the floor. If y'all got any thoughts on Knockout City, have at it. I'll give y'all a little bit of time because, like I said before, I was supposed to make this short today because I'm trying to go out and go to Planet Fitness. I really need to do that. I didn't go on Monday when I should have, so I'm looking to go today. Some person said I feel like there should be some music playing in the background. I definitely do agree. They could have some music. But I have my own music playing. Fuck that. Any last thoughts? Alright. I guess nobody got any thoughts on it. Alright, so I guess, it is what it, I guess for that, it is what it is. If nobody has any thoughts, any short terms, any thoughts on Knockout City, then look, forever hold your peace. But till then, guys, thank y'all so much for having to come by to today's lightning round talk show. Let me go ahead and check. Let's check the schedule for what we got going on the following week. Here it is. This is what's going on the following week. Right now, 8:30 p.m., I'm going to be doing another movie night. I have a feeling I'm going to turn on a pretty damn solid movie, a nice old school movie. I know we usually supposed to check out Star Wars. I haven't forgotten that. But, again, I want to take a little break from Star Wars and check out some more other movies that we got in mind. I think the movie I got in mind to watch is Hellboy because it's pretty damn fun. Pretty damn fun to watch. So, 8:30 p.m., we're going to probably check out Hellboy. 8:30. Not 8:30. I will adjust that, but 4:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I will be continuing to play Honkai Impact 3rd. Last time we tried to play, it fucked up on me. So, yeah, I'm gonna make sure this time around there is no fuck ups. So there you have it. 4:30 p.m. we're gonna have ourselves some Honkai Impact 3rd, and then 4 hours after that, we're going to be hopping on some Monster Hunter Rise and doing some hunting and chilling out with that. 8:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, we continue on with some more wrestling night over there at Kevster server. If you guys are not in it, if you guys are not into wrestling, if you guys are into wrestling, definitely check that out. I do it every 8:30 on his server for both movie night and wrestling night. 4:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, we play Knockout City, the dodgeball game we've all been looking forward to. So, there's no way you can pre-order right now. The only way you can get the game is you have to wait for it to actually release. So when that game releases, I will be getting the game and I will be having a lot of fun with it. 8:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, we continue on with Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. We're going to have some damn fun community nights. I'm going to tell y'all that right now. So I cannot fucking wait. 4:30, Knockout City, Friday, Saturday, Mario Kart. Whew, there's some good community nights for sure. Till then, thank you guys so much for tuning in for today's episode, and hopefully I get to see y'all then. Till then, guys, every second, every minute, every hour you guys spend with me is every second, every minute, every hour I'm blessed and thankful for. You guys have yourselves an amazing night. Check out the Gilded server if you guys have not. 1 minute. There you go. Check out the Gilded server if you guys have not. Everybody on YouTube, you got it up at the top, so I don't have to put the command in. Check out the merch if you guys haven't. I have some pretty damn amazing merchandise up. So for you guys, you can have some fun with that. Till then, you guys have yourselves a good rest of the day, And I will see you all, in case you guys are not in it, I will see you guys for movie night. Peace.